Egoist, rejoice. Your time is now. The only thing cursed on you is your technique. Never hesitate to wield it in order to gain that in which you seek. An overwhelming sense of self, your domain is so divine. Expanded, for the hit is sure to strike. Hey, what's going on, Egoist? I just want to remind you to strike that subscribe button. We appreciate all the support thus far. I'm not going to hold you long. Just check out the channel, leave a like, and hit the sub button. Enjoy. Peace. Alright everybody, so we have Ego Kuna here, or Bolka Kuna. Basically, I'm here today with Ego Kuna to pick some of the biggest egoists in JJK. That doesn't include himself or Satoru Gojo, so they're banned. But I will also be attaching a Blue Lock character to each egoist in JJK that they might have a parallel to, or just seems like a fun connection. It would only make sense to start with everyone's besto friendo, Todo. It's pretty obvious why he's on here. He's a man who knows what he wants, no one gets in his way. He isn't somebody that would hold his tongue or change how he acts in front of others. He's pretty forward about his obsession with Takada-chan. Let's just keep it a buck. This dude is the only person to hit a black flash and do 0 damage. He still came out on top with him locking in with Takada-chan in the anime to do the last clap with Mahito. Plus, in Shinjuku, he came out with this goofy ass instrument and managed to have aura. He is the only person that could pull something like this off. And Sukuna even glazed him by saying he's the last sorcerer he wanted to show up. And since he is best of friendos and brothers with our main character Yuji Itadori, the Blue Lock designation I gave him was, of course, Bachira. Makes sense to me. I don't think this next one is going to be much of a surprise either. Mei Mei. We all know she is egocentric. She is the pure definition and example of the selfish succeed in Jujutsu Kaisen. During Kusakabe's fight with Sukuna, in that chapter we see Nanami going to work and having to deal with curses, while Mei Mei and Wee Wee were actually out camping. She's selfish, she only moves for money or anything that benefits her. Let's be real, it takes somebody with a pretty big ego to walk around with a hairdo like that, and also that outfit. She got that shit on though. It was hard to pick her Blue Lock designation because all egoists are selfish, they all want their goal. But I actually ended up choosing Don Lorenzo. He's for the money as well. Wait a minute, something's off about that graphic. Next up, we got one of the realest motherfuckers in JJK standing face to face with Sukuna, looking down on him, mind you. And you know Sukuna hates that shit. While Oro quaked and most likely pissed herself, he stood 10 toes. Met the King of Curses face to face. I think it would be funny to see Ishigori's answer to Todo's famous question. Like a true egoist though, I'm pretty sure he would have just said something along the lines of, all women. I think Ishigori has the second biggest ego out of the people who incarnated specifically for the Culling Games, and mostly because he didn't reincarnate to get a question answered or to like live some happy life. He specifically reincarnated to get full. He wanted strong opponents, he wanted to fight for the thrill of it for himself. It wasn't to validate some thought or some belief that he had in his past life. I gave him Kunigami, mostly because they're just tanks. Overall powerhouses. Since he is second, let's talk about the largest ego out of the Culling Games reincarnated players, Yorozu. She's kinda in a similar flavor to Sukuna. She's hedonistic, she does what she wants, and she gets what she wants. But the thing is though, she wants Sukuna's love and she just doesn't have the power to obtain it. When she is defeated, she remains true in her goal. She decides to turn into something that can stay with Sukuna even past her life. There's something romantic about that, but also just so very twisted. Because we also see what kind of life she wanted to lead with Sukuna. You gotta admit, it takes a pretty huge ego to want to try and change the King of Curses. For her Blue Lock designation, it was pretty easy. It's Shidou, just hedonistic, overall egotistical freaks that have immense talent. Before we get to the final egoist, I just want to shout out 3 unpolished gems, kind of like sleeper picks, and it's actually going to be Daido and Mio, you know, from the Sakurajima colony, the katana freak and the sumo freak. That's all they want, that's what they live for, and they're not afraid to show it. Mio and Daido's Blue Lock designations, I guess I'll go Igarashi and Raichi. And funny enough, the last one I want to shout out is the waiter from the diner that Jogo set on fire in season 1. Bro knew what was about to happen, got a feeling, and got the fuck by himself. He also reappeared in chapter 211, and bro knew something else was about to happen, but this time he couldn't really do anything about it. Finally, our final egoist of the video. I'll just get his blue lock designation out the way early and say it's Isagi. Someone who manipulates people and achieves his goals by moving the pieces on the chessboard or being aware of everything. You know who that character is, right? It's Kenjaku. A master manipulator that's been around for 1,000 years. It would take a mighty big ego to retain a sense of self, especially with going in different bodies and experiencing their memories to his leisure. Kenjaku is quite cold to things that disinterest him, but he's very talkative when it comes to the things that he enjoys. His own interests will get him to go on long monologues and give speeches to his enemies. He walks with an air of superiority and he talks to people in a condescending way. The fact is, he's so arrogant because he can back it up. Sure, there are moments where he dons the personality of whatever vessel he's in, but his core sense of self is so strong that he will even acknowledge it. He knows who he truly is. He does everything for his chaotic schemes just to be entertained. Pure ego. Alright, so I gave you 5 egoists and even gave you like 2 unpolished gems, as well as a waiter. But before I go, I do have a challenge for all of you. Mahito may have went out like a bitch, but he did have an ego, for sure. I would like y'all in the comment section to put a blue lock character you think matches Mahito, and we'll see who can come out with the best one. I appreciate you staying for the whole video. Remember to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, stay normie, stay weeb, shit even in between is fine. Until next time, peace.